The Spooky Bus Adventure. It was a chilly Halloween afternoon, and Margaret, Boombox, and New Station were all brimming with excitement. They had put on their costumes. Margaret was a brave knight, Boombox a sparkling fairy, and New Station a sneaky pirate. They were headed to a big Halloween party and needed to catch the bus to get there. When the old yellow bus pulled up, something seemed off. The usual friendly driver, Mr. Jenkins, wasn't there. Instead, a tall, skinny man with a big black hat and glowing green eyes greeted them with an overly wide smile. "Hop on, friends," he said in a strange squeaky voice. Margaret, Boombox, and New Station exchanged nervous glances but climbed aboard anyway. As the bus rumbled down the road, the sky grew darker and the streets no longer looked familiar. The trees on either side of the road twisted and bent like skeleton hands reaching for the bus. "Ugh, this doesn't look like the way," New Station whispered. Suddenly, the bus veered sharply, rattling down a narrow, foggy path. They peered out the windows. There were no houses or people, only shadows. The trees seemed to whisper as they passed. "I think we're lost," said Margaret. The driver let out a strange laugh. "Lost? Oh no, we're almost there." The bus screeched to a halt in front of a big spooky mansion with crooked windows and bats circling overhead. A sign read, "Welcome to the haunted house." Their hearts pounded. This wasn't the party they were expecting. The bus doors creaked open, and the driver waved his long fingers toward the mansion. "Time to get off, my little friends," he said with a grin. Margaret, always the brave one, stood up and held up her toy sword. "We're not getting off until you take us home," she declared. The driver's green eyes sparkled mischievously. "Oh, but the party's just starting." Suddenly, a loud clank came from the back of the bus. The seats began to shake, and glowing eyes appeared in the darkness. Margaret and her friends gasped as they realized. The bus was full of friendly ghosts and silly skeletons, all dressed up for Halloween. "Boo!" said one ghost, wearing a witch's hat. "Welcome to the best Halloween bus ride ever!" Boombox blinked in surprise. The skeletons weren't scary at all. They were laughing and dancing. The ghosts floated around, offering them candy. The bus was decorated with colorful lights, and spooky yet fun music began to play. The driver, now grinning even wider, said, "I'm just taking you on the spooky bus adventure. We'll be back home soon, but first, let's have some fun." Margaret, Boombox, and New Station looked at each other and smiled. Maybe this adventure wasn't so spooky after all. They joined the ghosts and skeletons, laughing and enjoying the ride. It turned out to be the best Halloween surprise they could have imagined. After a night full of dancing and treats, the bus finally brought them back home, safe and sound, with plenty of candy and a new story to tell. From that day on, they couldn't wait to catch the spooky bus again next Halloween. The end.